which is also very strong. It's just less sustained on Affinity's side.
I agree. I mean, you have double information over here. They will know exactly where Affinity is, and Affinity might just need to cower definitely from that Reina. The first time we're seeing Reina over here come up in our tournament. And meanwhile, we have Affinity over here on attacking and BREN Esports defending. Ilu, before we head into the map, any last thoughts seeing this lineup over here?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. Specifically because we're not really seeing. I don't know who's going to be opping since we don't really have a Jet. I mean, it's still probably going to be Dubstep, but we know Dispenser.
It's actually Dispenser playing that raise once again. I know how much Dispenser loves that agent. It got nerfed, so he kind of stopped playing it. But you know, when you love something, you just gotta go back to it, right?
Yeah. And honestly, here's the thing. As I know that BREN has a set lineup with Breach as well, and I think Dispenser is the one who plays that. I think they're not showing their hand off just yet with the composition, with the type of roster, agent lineup that they use in the later parts of a tournament. Doesn't mean that they're not serious. It's more of like they just don't want to show their hand yet. And like you said, Dispenser is a phenomenal, raise to say at the least. Here's another thing. Historically, Bind has been the strongest map of BREN here when they were still known as, I believe, a Droid or 5. So you got to be careful. Affinity, just to also add to that, they're a budding team. They've actually went up against teams like Nefarious and Archangel, and they've done well in some of the other tournaments that we've seen them on, but they're definitely lacking in that experience range. Now, we still have to see how they can fare up against BREN, who is coming off on a high. Quite recently, believe that they did fight against a Thailand team made in Thailand, as well as Attack All Around, where it was both best of threes. BREN did lose the Myth 1 2-0, but they did push Attack All Around 1-2. They still lost that, but still better than the months that we've seen them before, where they always get wrecked. And this one's kind of different, at least on that regard.
It's always nice to see how BREN fares in the international scene. I think moving forward, I do expect to see more regional fights for Valorant, and I'm excited for sure. Not just in Southeast Asia, maybe we'll see like East Asia as well being involved. Who knows, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? Because of how we're not region locked, we can just say, yo, Philippines, have a match with Vietnam. Of course, the only thing that we're going to be looking out for is probably the internet, but it's fine and all good in the hood. BREN Dispenser, though, well, in the words of the great Phil Sanity, dispenses his opponents. Not even sure if that's a thing anymore. Vision, though, gonna be able to tap down the chain here, and Dispenser just chucks out a nade and says, okay, 3K.
What BREN did, they just, as an operator, they do not want to use. You're gonna give a free operator to BREN Esports. That is not the way to go, Dubstep. Making that wraparound, as you said. He is very near. Definitely gonna check. There we go. Nice crosshair placement. Easy peasy. Takes out Fission. Gonna push forward against the Jet. The operator is gonna whiff. And the operator, they're not even gonna pick it up. They aren't? Okay, they don't
yet tried for the A for an incredibly long time already. They've been always trying to go for this B long control, Swarly.
They got stopped at Bathhouse earlier and probably, just got into their heads.
No,
I know exactly where.
Maybe the wall bang? Not gonna be possible. Borkham just knows the dance around the corner, and he claims a little 3-piece for himself. 9-0, powerful tool for you. Now they're gonna be having Kelly S, who at least does have his utility there to clutch on sights, and Vision, who was able to pick up the Phantom to try to make something happen here. And Kelly S, the flights highlights onto Dubstep. Give it to him. Give it to him. Get the teabag in. It's fine. We're okay with it. And they clutched around. It's not yet over. And look at the hype for Kelly S. He was just like, let's make a highlight play animation there. So it's a terminology that we're coining right now, right?
Definitely.
Chill, guys.
Chill. Kelly S, indeed, heating up after that play. Gets the one tap. Easy peasy.
He's nasty. He's playing no cap right now. Trying to pull out all these Zoomer terminologies for all our younger audiences.
Exactly. I hope you guys don't get scuffed. Because we are feeling it with the terminology right now. Oh, the wall bang though. Dispenser gets the trade with the paint shells. Okay, it was a Just a sheriff though. Ooh, the crouch at the last second as Kelly S was speaking.
I just wanted to point out, like, for everybody who's trying to still kind of get better in Valorant, and you're trying to learn from like Immortal and Radiant players, which which all of these players are, like, corner peeking like that or angle peeking like that. If you know that your opponent is there or possibly there, and you know that they have head angle, it's always better to kind of like peek and then crouch, because they have to adjust to you while you already have your pre angle set up already. Which is why it was easier for them to kind of flush out Borkum, even though he had the head angle with the sheriff. But in any case, though, it's gonna be the buy round for BREN, but Disrupt comes out with a flurry on his operator, so they're starting to heat up here a little bit. But that was supposed to be a catch.
Nice paranoia, showstopper. Oh, gonna whiff. Still gonna die there. Bladestorm has been popped by the Jet. Playing shells to flush them out. Dispenser can move forward here. Shock dart in to the elbow. Jesse Vash might get pushed here. The angle is quite good. Dispenser has his back. Owl Drone is gonna fly in, and Dispenser will take out everyone. But we'll say it was all awkward. Go back, you know. Just make. Oh, Fission getting the double to make the entry for Sova in that Sova. Now in a 3-on-5 situation here, and I'm looking at the kill score. Dubstep out. Dispenser has 5 deaths. What the hell? He's barely died here. Disrupt, nice tailwind to create the distance. Still holding on to this long area here. Kelly is gonna find the headshot onto Ching with the bulldog. Borkum moving forward. Finally takes out Fission. But Dispenser might be looking at his 6th death here. There we go. Finally forward, Kelly.
Teabag. That's the raised teabag there. You don't press control. You press. Jesse Bash didn't know that Fission was already on the corner, and props to Fission for not panicking, and like as his teammate was getting shot, all he had to really do was just wait for the smoke. But that could have been a collateral. They almost. My heart raced and pounded there, Swarly. So close.
He's finally feeling it. Cyber Theft has been used here. Hunter's Fury as well, throwing every ultimate in the kitchen sink right now. But the kitchen sink. Shot dart. Jesse Bash is gonna get that shot dart kill. Nicely done before pushing forward. But Sigma is gonna finally get the kill on the BREN.
And in the words of Illustrado, the Herculean effort of Affinity Esports is giving them a little bit of stride here as they're clawing their way. I mean, it's already match point, right? They only need one more mistake, but because I think they know that, and also BREN knows that, they're just kind of going at it at each other's throats. And it's been incredibly fun to watch because players like Disrupt, Kelly S, and Fission have been popping off, and you can really see it in terms of the kills. 9, 13, and 8. They've been grinding back the scoreboard here, Swarly.
Definitely. And looks like we'll be seeing a few more rounds. But yeah, Rifles finally coming into play for BREN. This is the first full buy in 3 rounds, I think, for BREN. So let's see if they can finally close this one out. Owl Drone is gonna fly in from Baths. The operator, the pre-fire just wasn't there, I think. Wanted to go for the drone one way or another. There we go. Gonna position herself to the high ground now to Haven. Disrupt. He's been feeling it right now. So let's see if he can keep it up. Gonna take out the camera for now. Still doesn't see any movement coming in from Bass. The Lear being prepped though by Dubstep. There we go. Finally flying in. Hunter's Fury not gonna connect. Oh, beautifully done the presence. Also gonna dodge. Gonna dance around that Hunter's Fury with ease.
But they were able to skim the fat here, Swarly, meaning that members of BREN were taken down as they were trying to take the site there, as Disrupt was basically unhindered on the top of Heaven on A because there was no smokes to really kind of flush him out there. Kelly S is on the corner already. Do they know that there's going to be a 2-stack onto U-Haul S? Is one going to be coming out from short? Ching winning out the duel on Sigma here, and time is a ticking. They got to be careful, and Kelly S has to hit this shot. He does, though. Nade to pop out. Ching got to be careful with that nade. Oh, through the wall here, and somebody has to go for the defuse right here, right now. Ching coming in from the corner, and he can make this work. He can make this work. Almost! Is there enough time? Is there enough time? I think there is, and we are still at this best of one. Setups that we see, for the most part, they've just been challenging a lot, and it seems like their rushes are being countered left and right as they're, I think, conditioning their opponents there. Dubstep did use his dismiss, but he got dismissed himself. The double D onto Dubstep. Disrupt coming outside from elbow to pin him through the wall, with his operator, as BREN Esports again kind of just trying to figure out what is going wrong for them. Borkum coming out from mid should get taken down by Fission, and BREN Esports here are running. They're running a little bit far back.
Oof. Now, this could be another 2-point swing. And Fission gonna go down without a proper brawl.
I think they are just. I think BREN is just trying to do this as like a warm-up game as well. Like maybe this is their first match. They want to try to kind of do this as a in preparation for the other matches that we're going to be seeing here. But at least for the moment, it is kind of costing them here because it seems like Affinity are so close into getting their comeback, into forcing this into overtime.
Recon darts that could help them have that slight advantage in making things happen. Now, yeah, they're just running forward.
I believe it's not gonna be, because people are wondering if it's gonna be sudden death. It's gonna be overtime, guys. There's a difference. Sudden death is
Just
only one
round.
round.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
one
and then
round.
overtime is you need 2 rounds to win.
You need to win by 2. That's
Yes.
how it is. Yes.
Exactly.
I loved when they make that change. It gave me such Haikyuu feels. If you watch Haikyuu, like
I've
you
only
had to win
watched
by 2.
Part of season 1.
Really, you should watch more. It's one of my
I will.
favorite animes. So
You
good.
know, I just finished Dragon's Dogma and Blood of Zeus, so chill.
Oh. It's not that time. Lots of episodes as well. Whoa! Disrupt is just disrupting the whole BREN offense right now. Just doing whatever you want with the aggressive off praise. Borkum is gonna take out Sigma there, 3-on-3. Disrupt point blank onto that operator. Gets another. Jesse Vash joins the party in the graveyard for BREN. For Affinity, weaponry as well as the momentum. Spencer will get the entry though against Kelly S there, and we're finally seeing some BREN, get a bit back on track after those last 7, 8 rounds. Right now you're gonna fly in. Shot dart gonna be on point, gonna clip on a little Astro. Dubstep is gonna be taken out. Borkum finds the trade. Sigma still all over onto A side here. And BREN Esports are actually wanting to close this one out. Now we're not going into overtime. We're gonna finish this one off. And Spencer with the lovely flick around that dark cover. Stop them. Try and move forward. It is an operator retake though. Not the most ideal. Sigma is gonna find Ching.
Yeah. It's gonna be up to Sigma here to try to make something work, right? There is going to be Dispenser coming out from Hookah as well, and Sigma's already on the angle. Maybe he can catch the one on Jesse Vash, but he's the last man to remain, and Jesse Vash finds him. He does get it without taking damage himself. Gotta be careful though, as Borkum is onto the corner. He does spot him out though, but Dispenser immediately gets the refrag with 5 HP and a dream. That's going to be BREN, 13-11.